Assalamualaikum. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Heena Siddiqi show on Canada 1 TV. उम्मीद करती हूँ आप सब लोग खुश होंगे, खैरियत से होंगे, जहाँ पर भी होंगे. Well, एक और एपिसोड के साथ हो गए हाजिर हम आपके सामने. Today's episode is very exclusive and very special for everyone. Why? Because today we have with us a very beautiful personality, a beauty inside out in our studio. Recently, she won the title Miss Canada Earth 2024 and she is shining everywhere at every event and spreading positivity and harmony in the community. So let me introduce you to Soumya Ahuja, who is working as a Microsoft ERP program manager in Big Four and been living in the country Canada for last 10 years. Let's welcome her and get to know her story. Welcome, Soumya. How are you?
Thank you, Heena, and thank you for inviting me to your show. I'm doing very well. How are you?
Great. Welcome to my show, and it's a pleasure to have you here tonight. And I am so amazed to have my first special queen, come into my studio. This is the first time ever I am experiencing a personality who won a really big title, and we are overwhelmed with lots of pride and honor.
Thank you, Heena. It's a pride and privilege for me too to have the crown and to win the pageant, and I'm so glad to be here.
So how is it feeling to represent Canada and coming forward, and this was a big move. This is the first time I think ever you have ever participated in
Yes.
event like that.
Yeah, so in Canada this is my first pageant, but back home I come from Mumbai,
Okay,
India,
right.
and while I was in India I participated in a lot of personality contests there in my university days. Those were more all-round personality driven.
Okay.
And somewhere in my heart, I had an urge as a little girl in my teens to go for Miss India.
Oh,
So
nice.
that little feeling in me was there for a very long time. And when I came to Canada, initial days, you're settling in, an immigrant life is not easy.
Not easy.
Trying to find a job, trying to make your place in the, in the community. And then I slowly and slowly started volunteering in different parts of the community, different events. By profession, I am into IT finance.
Yes.
I have a finance background. But by passion, I'm also a classical dancer and singer. I've done my master's in Hindustani classical singing and Bharatnatyam dancing.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So I started dancing and using my dance as a mechanism to volunteer and go into communities.
Right.
All to say that when the opportunity came in front of me to participate in the Miss Canada contest, I just couldn't stop myself from, taking that first step, registering, being a regional queen, and then going for my nationals. And now winning this crown just feels like so
a dream?
special. A dream come true, a dream for life, and a title to cherish for a lifetime. So it feels really good.
So what do you mean by Earth? Like, is there any category? Why did you get this title, like Earth?
Yeah, so in my category, I belong to the MS category. In the MS category, there were two titles.
Okay.
World and Earth. And I got the Earth title. I was privileged to get the Earth title. So I think it depends on your scoring. So it all depends on top scores.
Okay.
So since I was second scorer, I was Earth. And Melanie, who you must have seen, was the first top scorer in my category, and she got the other title.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. And how is the experience with the, you know, crowning and competing with the other women, and how was the experience? Usually, like, it's a beauty contest, but I believe nowadays it's not just the beauty, it's more than that.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right, Heena, and you've participated in a pageant yourself, so you're a queen yourself too.
Thank
I
you.
would love to give my heartiest congratulations. I was following you throughout your journey.
Thank you
and
so
it was
much.
a wonderful journey, so kudos to you to take that step and
Yes.
participate.
Yes.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
Participation is key.
Yes.
And you have been through that experience.
Yes.
And for our pageant,
Yes.
Even here, it's not about your outer beauty
Right.
as the world perceives it.
Yes.
The word may be a beauty pageant,
Yes.
but it's actually an all-rounded personality pageant.
Yes.
You're not only tested or, you know, on your walk or
Yes.
the way you look or
Yes.
the figure you have.
Right.
Age is no bar, figure is no bar. It's how you present yourself,
Right.
how you can confidently talk about your advocacy, your
Right.
cause, and your support to the community.
Yes.
Plus, how well you can answer your interview questions. So
Right.
it's an all-rounded, you know, contest.
Right.
Not fully focusing on the outer beauty of a person.
Right.
It's testing you inside out.
Okay.
It's a test of resilience.
Okay.
It's a test of communication.
Right.
It's a test of camaraderie. Like, how can you, you know, mingle with your fellow contestants? So you're being observed on all of those factors.
Right.
And more so, you build that sisterhood while you go, right? So I think it is an experience of a lifetime.
Right.
It requires a lot of hard work and dedication, as
Right.
you know as
Yes,
well.
yes.
Hours and hours of preparation.
I was exhausted during the process. I took
Exactly.
2-week breaks after the contest, and I represented Mrs. Saga. So I am Mrs. Saga, and I felt after this experience that. It totally, like, you know, changed your perspective about the beauty industry or the pageant, you know, industry. So what was the most challenging part of the contest personally for you? What was the difficult part for you to process?
You rightly said that the whole process is quite challenging.
Yes.
It's quite mentally draining as well.
Right.
You need to be very strong mentally, physically, and emotionally too.
Yes.
Because it's an emotional journey.
Yes.
You will go through your turfs and lows and
Yes.
your highs and lows, and it's testing times,
Right.
right? I think the most difficult part is to maintain your calm, your composure, and your mental resilience and your strength while you are in those pageant days, week. Right?
Okay.
That week probably I will never forget in
Okay.
my entire life.
All right.
Firstly, the travel from here to Vancouver, our pageant was in Abbotsford.
Okay.
Plus, once you reach there, you see all of these gorgeous women. We had
Yes.
52 gorgeous women.
Okay.
And each one is a queen in themselves.
Yes.
Right? So
Yes.
you're actually competing amongst queens already.
Yes.
And everybody has an innate desire to win. Because
Definitely.
everyone's there
Yes.
for the crown,
Yes.
to be there to win it. So to maintain your resilience, to maintain your composure, to maintain your dignity as you are, and more so to maintain your authenticity. Like
Yes.
who you are as an authentic person shows up at every occasion when times are tough, right?
Right.
So that's what I learned there, that who I am authentically, the grounded personality that I am, the glitz and glamour shouldn't get to me, so that
Right.
I change myself to showcase something I am not.
Wow.
So I try to be myself
Right.
in all my,
Yes.
flaws or goodness,
Right,
right?
right.
And try to just represent who I am,
Right.
what I stand for,
Right.
and what am I here for.
Right.
And my full motivation was in building relationships and keeping people together.
Right.
Which I did perfectly,
Beautiful.
I feel.
Yeah.
We all of us got a queen title,
Right.
regardless of whether we won a main title or not.
Not, yes.
And I had the Queen of Understanding.
Oh, nice.
And now when I think back,
Yes.
you know, it makes complete sense, because if somebody would come with me for a
They
problem,
were observing you.
they were
actually.
observing me. And the past queens were there who motivated us a lot, right? I think
Right.
I learned my best lessons by observation and by talking to previous queens, because you can learn so much from somebody's experience, from somebody's little tips, little tricks, right? So,
Right.
Kanika, DJ, Priya, Mahana,
Right.
Irina, all of them were there at the pageant, and all
Right.
of them were there to encourage us, to push us forward, you know, just
Nice.
help us in our journey. So it
Beautiful.
was great.
Beautiful. Were there any doubts about your mind that will you be able to do this or pull it through, or maybe you will not? There were any, you know, those.
Yes, yes. Lot of doubts.
Yeah.
Right from when I signed up and I was selected during my audition days,
Right.
and while we had a series of interviews and a series of rounds, and while I was auditioning and I was selected, to the time I actually took the flight to Abbotsford, this constant doubt, right?
Okay.
Can you do it? Are you meant for this? Can you move forward? Is it the right thing for you to do at this point of time in your career, in your
Right,
life, with
right.
your life circumstances?
Right.
And I have a 4-year-old. I went through some tough times in my
Right.
life. So every stage of life, you know, every stage of that journey, from the audition time till I
Right.
actually sat into the flight,
Right.
there was constant series of doubt. But I think I worked on myself a lot in the last 1 week before I had to fly out.
Okay.
Right? I tried to talk to as many people, and I talked to you as well.
Yes,
And
yes.
your words of motivation I can never forget.
Thank you so much.
And just like you, I went to almost all community leaders for asking for support, obviously.
Yes.
But every time I went for an event, like the DC Elite event or the
Yes.
IWC event
Yes.
with Neha,
Yes.
there was always encouragement, and everybody already started seeing me as a winner, or started seeing me as something that I can do for the community.
Yes.
And started holding that pride and
Right.
the glow in the eyes when I spoke to somebody and I said, I'm going for a pageant and I would love to seek your support for my advocacy, for my votes, etc. Those eyes spoke to me, and those eyes said, you know what, you represent us. Let's
Beautiful.
do it.
Nice.
So I think that motivated me a lot. But
Okay.
yes, there was doubt. There was doubt even while I was there, right?
Right.
Because you see all these wonderful women,
Yeah.
everyone's one on top of the other.
Yep.
The competition was stark, it was
Yeah.
fierce.
Yes.
But I think if you're authentically there
Yes.
and you're manifesting it,
Right.
and you are putting your heart and soul and your every bit into it,
Very
and
nice.
when you want it so much,
Yes.
I think God makes it happen.
Beautiful, lovely, lovely, lovely. It's lovely talking to you, but I think we have to take a break, and then we will be back shortly. So you don't go anywhere. We will be back soon. Keep watching the show. Welcome back to the Heena Siddiqi show on Canada 1 TV. Today we have a very special guest with us, Soumya Ahuja, Miss Canada Earth 2024, and a wonderful beauty inside out. Let's continue our conversation with her and welcome her again on the show. Welcome, Soumya.
Thank you, Heena. Thank you very much.
Soumya, we were having an amazing conversation about your journey of the pageant and also your self-resilience and self-doubts also. Now I would like to come to a piece where you felt that somewhere, somehow, like most of us doubt ourselves, of course, but still pursue our goals, right? And in that somewhere we lost some time, right? That losing part, like, you might have experienced that, losses. We all have experiences. How do you feel about it, and how do you think we should deal with it, or you dealt with it in past?
That's a great question, Heena. And I feel self-doubt, be it a man or a woman, self-doubt is natural when you're doing something out of your comfort zone. If we continue to do what we do at the best pace that we do, we'll never have anything to look up to.
Right.
So when we actually take up a challenging role in our careers, in our
Life,
life, in our relationships,
Right.
in anything that we want to do, apart from the ordinary,
Right.
there's always going to be self-doubt.
Yes.
But when you start looking at that doubt and converting that into an opportunity and thinking that this is an opportunity for me to succeed, opportunity for me to grow,
Right.
and even if you fail,
Right.
if you consider self-doubt as an opportunity, it's
Right.
an opportunity to learn something new.
Right.
You may have failed at it,
Right.
but you succeeded
Right.
at getting that opportunity to
Right.
do something you have never done before.
Right.
So growing out of your comfort zone, just feeling like you're that phoenix who can fly.
Right.
And even if you falter, or even if you stop, or even if you have a bottleneck in front of you,
Right.
you'll still rise again.
Right.
So, I think we all have to consider that. And I think as Indian women, or
Yes.
women of the South Asian community, or
Right.
women even in general,
Right.
on any ethnicity, we are told that this is our role in
Yes.
life.
Yes.
This is what we should do,
Right.
and this is
Shouldn't.
what we shouldn't do.
Yes.
This is what we ought to do.
Right.
This is what we are meant to do.
Right.
I think now is the time to break those barriers.
Right.
There is never a good time
Right.
to learn,
Right.
never a good time to succeed,
Right.
and never a good time to do something that you would always want to do.
Right.
And I always say this, you must have heard this earlier, but I always say this to anybody who comes across to me and says, you know what, I need some sort of a motivation. If you can think about it, if you can dream it, if you're thinking about it day and night, if you're sleeping over it, if you have dreams about it, you can do it.
Right.
The battle is half done. Most of us don't know what we want to do.
Right.
But if you're already dreaming about it, if you already have a plan towards
Right.
it, the only way out is to execute it, is to get up and make that dream a reality.
Right.
Right?
Right. What about, let's talk about your personal life. Would you like to share something about it? How was the life? How's the experience? And you are very successful in your career. You're working in a big four. You're independent. You're capable of leading your own life, raising your child. How's the life, and how would you want to describe your journey?
I think, as I was growing up, I was the only child to my parents, and my parents, I think, gave their heart and soul to me because I was their one and only.
Yes.
I wanted to dance. They helped me do everything in dancing, get my master's in dancing. I used to do performance after performance. I love to sing. I love to act. So
Beautiful.
theater, dance, singing. I was given every opportunity that came my way, and I feel very blessed about that.
Right.
I got married at a young age.
Yes.
And then moved to the US. When I moved to the US, there were some issues with the visas, like we all go through.
Right.
And then we decided to move to Canada. We decided to move to Canada. Again, it was a struggle because my degrees weren't recognized. Nobody was recognizing the effort that I've put in.
Yes.
I was a professor back home.
Okay.
and I was a finance expert, and then when I came here, you know, I had to start right from scratch. So
Okay.
I went through all of those things, but I think all of those are milestones in my achievement. I always call them milestones and not hurdles, because I've learned so much from it.
Right.
That each of those little jobs, which made me feel belittled at that time, now when I look back, I laugh at those. Yeah, I feel like those were learning experiences for me to grow where I am today.
Right.
And then slowly and slowly, I started developing my skill set to be the professional that I am right now.
Right.
And then life, you know, has its own ups and downs, and I went through a tough time.
Right.
And now I am with my child, and I'm happier. And
how's the motherhood going?
It's great. Like my son is 5 years now. I always say 4, and now he's 5. So last week he turned 5, and I couldn't be happier. He's a chubby 5-year-old, bubbly so 5-year-old, and extremely intelligent.
Like you?
Extremely intelligent boy with some special needs that we have for him, so we're working with that with him. Motherhood has been my life-changing journey. I think that was a time in my life where I evaluated everything, be it my relationships, be it my career choices, be it my extracurricular choices. I think motherhood has changed me completely.
Right.
Being a mother has actually helped me prioritize better.
Very nice.
And of course, we all learn time management when we are when we become a mother. With all the wonderful things
we can do things in 5 minutes then.
That's right. Yes, exactly.
Instead of 50 minutes, we cut it off like 5 minutes.
Down to 5 minutes. So I think motherhood has been my life-changing moment of journey of realization that that little soul is fully dependent on me, and I need to take care of myself first, before I can take care of this little one. So I think that realization almost changed everything for me from there on.
Right.
And then, I just feel that, you know, once you start living your dream, once you start thinking that no matter what comes ahead of you, you're going to be that strong woman. As much as life may throw bottles at you, rocks at you, you will grow, stand up and grow. So it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been a bed of roses as I would like it to be. It hasn't been the best thing ever for me. But I'm hanging in there and hoping
you're doing
to
amazing.
Be that good mother for my son. And my dream is to be a community cheerleader for every person who comes in contact with me. I want to spread joy, happiness, and make sure I use my title, my platform that has been given to me for community at large.
Very nice. So what is your cause? Every queen is you know, kind of working on one cause exclusively. So what is your cause?
Yes, so my cause for the pageant, and while I started before that, was advocating for women who suffer from domestic violence and abuse, specifically intimate partner violence, and supporting women's shelters. I was honored to be the brand ambassador for CRAF. It's an organization, a not-profit organization who funds for Ernstine's Women's Shelter. And we have a goal of collecting $500, and we're almost there to donate to the women's shelter.
How can people contribute?
I'll provide the link. They can contribute. It's a GoFundMe link. I've been extensively talking about it throughout my life journey. And I feel there has to be a focus specifically for women mental health and the abusive relationships that exist in our community. And there needs to be a stop to that.
Definitely.
A lot of women suffer in silence. A lot of children suffer in silence. And I hope they get that strength and motivation to speak up for themselves and, you know, stand up one day and live the lives which they've always dreamt to live. So that was my cause. I will continue to support that particular cause. But I also continue to do something for our Mother Earth now that I have the title.
You have the title.
Miss Canada Earth. So I'm going to start working on community initiatives for the Earth title. You know, cleanliness drives, sustainability drives, going towards plastic less life, right? Be it in our homes or in our communities, and start propagating for reusables, everything. So I'm going to start that as well.
Very nice.
And there's another cause which is very dear to my heart, which is supporting kids with special needs, specifically autistic kids.
Very nice.
So I volunteer for an organization called Hand in Hand Services, and I do a lot of voluntary work for them, with them, teaching kids with autism sensory play, donating at food banks.
Very nice.
And in my free time, in the last 4-5 years, I've probably curated about 50 sensory bins and boxes.
Very nice.
Because I love making them myself, with different themes. And contributing towards the community that way.
Very nice. Soumya, you have been very active in the community. You are a part of a different organization, and one of the communities, DC Elite, which I have seen you multiple times working with them. I'm a part of it too. So, like, how's the experience with them?
It's been great. DC Elite has always supported me during my pageant journey. Everybody in the All Hands group has been probably a friend and a supporter and a cheerleader. I started working with them while I performed actually for them at the Baisakhi event that they had.
You have performed.
And yes, and I'd like to thank Gaurav for the opportunity for me to participate, for me to contribute. And Heena, you and me continue to contribute as women empowerment leaders in the group. And I'll always keep the support with the community. It's a great community. It's a great place to come together and share your experiences and just expand the community.
Yeah, I love your work, how you're supporting the DC Elite, and I'll be always observing you to taking the lead and initiative when it's come to accountability and support. So that's a great work done.
Yeah, I also support a few other organizations like CRAF. I'm an advisor for CRAF. Malika Ji heads CRAF, and it's been a great opportunity for me. I've choreographed multiple fashion shows for them.
Wow!
With different initiatives focusing on young kids who come, international students who come. I've also been a very active member with Indian Women's Circle with Neha Khandelwal, which you know as well, and you've interviewed her too. So I'm a very good friend of Neha's. And
she's an amazing woman.
She's an amazing woman as well. There's also Ritika Goyal, who does Toronto Indians, and I'm a big supporter there too. With their social events, etc. So I've been contributing a lot to the community, and I hope to continue to do it, and I hope opportunities never cease my way, and I get to use the title, the cause, as a platform. And I feel, if we can even encourage one woman who is, interacting with us on a daily basis, and encourage her, motivate her, and even just tell her that you're doing great, you're doing an excellent job, just continue what you're doing. I think all we all want to hear is some words of encouragement, some things to keep us happy.
Soumya, any final message for our audience?
Yes, I would like to say that if you can dream it, if you can think about it every day, and if you're losing sleep over it, just get up and do it, It's your time, specifically for the women in our community, women at large, women in Canada. If you ever wanted to participate in a pageant, do it. If you want to open that cook show that you always thought of, do it. If you want to write a book, start doing it. Just a word of encouragement, just, let's help each other and motivate each other and empower each other every day. And that's how we can build a community which we would love to live in and love to grow in.
Thank you so much for a wonderful message, and I am loving your personality, Soumya. I think this is the first time ever we, sat down and then did so much, conversation. And get to know you this way is amazing, as you are my community friend, and it feels like you're gonna be one of my best friends in the future.
I hope so too, Heena. You're an amazing person, and I'm so glad I found a friend or sister in you, and our relationship will continue long.
Thank you so much for coming to my show and brighten up today's evening with your charisma and your charm.
Thank you so much, Heena. Thank you.
Thank you. So this was Soumya Ahuja, title winner of Miss Canada Earth 2024. Well, it's an honor for us to have her in our show and representing Canada and representing all South Asians. I am so much overwhelmed with her story, with her inspiring journey. Honestly, this is not easy. This journey of women, we all always think, you know, other people, whenever we look at the other women in the community, they have crown, they are wearing these titles, and they are like, you know, full of glam, you know, showing off their beauty on the ramp and thinking about it. Oh yeah, I mean, like, this is very easy, but this is not easy. This is nothing is easy. The winning a title, and after winning this title, working towards your goal, your cause, it's not an easy thing. I mean, this crown comes with a great responsibility, where Soumya was talking about how she is committed to the public service and also taking the initiative in every possible community event and bringing her contribution after winning this title is making her a winner, actual winner actually. So I hope you love our today's show, and don't forget to write your feedback at heenasiddiqi007@gmail.com. And if you want to be a part of my show, you want to come and join me here at my show, then you can also write me through my email. And I'm going to wrap up my show by saying something, that we all are beautiful in our own way, but the real beauty comes from within. Real beauty comes how you treat others. Real beauty comes how you utilize your skills and efforts in helping your community and making a lead in the community as well. So with those words, I'm going to wrap up, and I'll see you next week, same time, same day. Meanwhile, do take care of yourself, and I'll see you next week. Good night, Shabba Khair, Allah Hafiz. Keep watching Canada on TV.